Okay, let's start with the code flow. Let me take you to the real world movie booking application. Okay, how we can book the movie ticket in a real time. Fine, so please pay attention here, stay focused and keep your phone on silent. Okay, let's start the video. It's one of the most interesting thing. This is my user. Okay, consider this is my user and pay attention here, and this is my movie booking web application. Okay, movie ticket booking web application where all the movies are listed here. Okay, this is the movie booking application. Fine, and this is my user. Now user wants to book the movie ticket. Okay, what the very first thing user wants to book the movie ticket? What the very first thing he'll do? The very first thing is, okay, he'll register, okay, and using the JWT token he'll logged in into the movie booking application homepage. Done. Now the second thing, the second most important thing user will do is user will search the movie he wants to book the ticket for. Okay, so to search the movie we will create the APIs. What APIs? The first API is get all movies. Okay, get all movies general API where he can see all the, where user can see all the movies and he can just scroll down, search and select it. Second API is get movies list by genre. String genre. Genre means the categories. Okay, if user provide here action, that means this method returns me the list of movies, list of action movies. So action is the genre. If user provide here horror, genre as horror, so this method return me the list of horror movies. Horror is the genre. Okay, categories horror, comedy, thriller, whatever. Fine. Third API will create as get movies by language. String language. If suppose user provide here English, that means get me list of English movies. Or if user provide here Hindi, then get me list of Hindi movies or whatever. The last API is will create get movie by title. Okay, string title. Simply user in the search bar title and the movie populates here. Click on the movie and proceed to the next step. Fine. Suppose user selected the movie. Okay, user selected the movie. So let's go to the next step. For example, suppose user selected Captain America. Captain America. Okay, user wants to book the ticket for the movie Captain America. Okay, now we will redirect the user to the next step, that is the show part. In the show, we'll display show timing and theater information. Why theater information? See, I told you we are going to cover everything in this video. Everything, real world. You have selected the movie. Okay, Captain America. Next, suppose there are 5 theaters where this movie is going to run. You have to select that theater which is closest to your location. Okay, so for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 theater. Suppose you have selected this theater. Okay, let's say the name is ABC Cinema. Okay, and then you will select the show time. Which show? Night show, morning show. So suppose you selected the 9:30 p.m. So this is our output. Okay, Captain America selected. In the ABC Cinema Theater, the show is 9:30. Okay, next, see how I'm explaining. Next, we will redirect the user to the booking part, where user can select the number of seats he wants to book. Okay, booking time, fine, and seat numbers. For example, number of seats, I want 4 seats, and seat numbers are A1, A2, B1, B2. Yeah, okay, and the total price. Fine, okay, and then after this step, booking status updated to pending. Okay, now we will create two APIs in our booking controller. The first is confirm booking, second is cancel booking. Okay, in confirm booking we will ask the payment from the user. If the user done the payment, then booking status dot confirmed, else cancelled. Fine. Now you might be thinking that how you are managing this booking status. So we will create the enum booking status. Okay, enum is used to store the constant values. We have 3 constant values in the booking status. The first is confirmed, second is cancelled, third is pending. Okay, confirmed only when user done the payment, else pending or cancelled. Okay, so this is what our complete flow, and why I'm telling you, why I'm showing you, why I'm teaching you this, because pause the video and code at your own. Once you'll understood the see, one more part is remaining in this code flow. After that, once you'll understood the code flow, no need to watch my video further for the code. I don't want you to become the copy paste developer. You understood the code flow? Code at your own. Try coding at your own. Okay, fine. So I hope you understood this much code flow. The last thing remaining is entities and fields. So this is our first entity, user. Second entity is movie. Third entity is show. Fourth entity is theater, and fifth entity is booking. So there are 5 entities. Okay, fine. Now you might be asking me that what are the fields? Don't worry, I'm telling you. First entity, user. Fields are username, password, role, email. Okay, role. You can also create the enums or add element collection. Okay, I already shown you in my past project video, library management. Fine. You have to code it. Okay. I can code, but yeah, it's good practice. Second is our movie entity. The first property is movie title. Second is movie description. Third is movie genre. Okay, categories. Fourth is movie language. Fifth is movie duration. Okay, and sixth is movie release date. Okay, fine. Let's proceed further. Our third entity is show entity. Okay, so show time, fine, and price. Okay, our fourth entity is theater. Okay, so the properties are theater name, theater location, definitely. Okay, theater capacity. Okay, and theater screen type. Fine. And our last entity is booking. Okay, so seat numbers. Okay, total amount. Fine. Booking time. Okay. And booking time and number of seats. Okay. Number of seats and enum booking status. Okay. This you'll create a separate enum of booking status and store three values: confirmed, cancelled, and pending. Okay. So now the only thing remaining is the mapping part. You'll try at your own. Okay. Just like a user mapped with the bookings. A user can have many bookings. Yeah, bi-directional you can do. Fine. So similarly like show. Okay. So one theater, many shows. Okay. For one movie, many shows. One to many, and here many to one. Bi-directional mapped by. Okay, fine. So how much you can do? You can code at your own. Else, if you stuck, then you can watch the video further. Fine. So now let me go to my browser and set up the project. Set up our movie booking application. Okay. So let me go to my browser. Here it is, and set up the project. So let's go to the Spring Initializer. Okay, click on this link, Spring Initializer. Fine. Maven, Java, current version. Let me give my project name, movie booking application. Okay, now let's add the dependencies. So first is Spring Web, then MySQL driver, then data JPA. Okay, then Lombok, then Spring Boot Dev Tools, then Spring Security. Okay, rest all three JWT dependency will add them using the external resources using MVN repository. Okay, when we'll code the JWT part. Fine, for now these dependencies are enough. Let me generate it and save it in my folder. Okay, movie booking application, it's downloading. Okay, let me go to my zip file and extract it. Okay, extract all, extract it. Okay, now let me go to my Eclipse and import the extracted project. Import Maven. Okay, existing Maven project. Browse and today modifications. So today, yeah, here it is. Select folder and finish it. Okay, so the project is importing. Okay, here it is, movie booking application. Fine, let me go to my pom.xml and what all dependencies we have added. Data JPA, okay, security, Spring Web, Dev Tools, JConnector, MySQL, Lombok, and rest are the test dependencies. Fine. Now, what is the very first thing? Let's create the entities. User, movie, show, theater, and booking. Pause the video and do it at your own. Okay, how much you can code? Just code it. Fine. So let me create the entity. Okay, class and entity first is user. Okay, in the entity package, entity. Okay, add data and add table. I want Hibernate will create the table by the name users. Okay, fine. Next entity is movie. Okay, movie. So add entity and add data. Okay, next is show. Show, add data. Okay, next is theater. Theater. Okay, fine. And the last one is booking. Okay, and one more is enum. Okay, let's create the enum here only. So new enum and booking status. Okay, So we'll just confirmed. Okay, first booking status, second is cancelled. Okay, third is pending. Fine. Enum used to store the constant value and perform different operations. So here we are using the enum to store the booking status message, confirmed, cancelled, or booking. Okay, let me save all the entities. Fine. Now let me first take the movie. Okay, see, user will take at the end because user required the JWT implementation, JWT authentication filter, service, okay, and then normal user registration, admin user registration, then authentication of both of them. So little bit long. Okay, so user will take at the end. First, let's complete the movie. Okay, show booking theater part. Okay, quickly. Fine. So movie. Okay, these are the properties. Okay, title, description, fine. So private long ID, private, okay, string, movie name, fine. Private string movie description, private string genre categories, okay. Private integer movie duration, fine. Private local date, date, okay. Release date, movie release date, and private string movie language, fine. Okay, now the next is mapping. Okay, let me first add generated value. Okay, strategy, let's keep the identity. Okay, now where is my show entity? Here. Let me put them side by side. Okay, you can see we need to map the movie with the show. Just see, one movie can have multiple shows. Yeah, one movie, for example, Captain America is the movie name. Captain America movie can have multiple shows. Okay, so one to many and many to one will map the bidirectional. Fine. So one movie can have multiple shows. That means list. Okay, so let's do the mapping. Private list, okay, of type list of shows. Okay, list of shows and show. One to many, okay, and mapped by movie. Fetch type, let's keep the lazy. Okay, so you can see here mapped by movie. Okay, because bidirectional we will map it. Okay, so we'll keep this as a property name here. Okay, so mapped by movie. Okay, and fetch type lazy. That means we don't want to load the show when the movie get loaded. Yeah, we don't want to display the show information when a movie get loaded. That's why lazy. Otherwise eager. Okay, fine. I already explained the complete fetch type in the previous project video, the library management. Okay. Okay. So this is what we have done. Now the next is, let me create the controller part. Let me save it. Okay. And let me create the skeleton. So class controller. Okay. And movie controller. Okay, see, first let's take one entity and complete everything regarding that. Okay, movie controller, movie service, movie repository. Done. Then theater, then show, then booking, and then user. Okay, fine. REST controller and request mapping. So API and movies. Okay, done. Now let me also create the service class service and movie service. Okay, and the last thing is interface repository movie repository. Okay, extends JPA repository movie and long. Okay, fine. Now let's write the movie APIs. So first let me auto wire the service. Movie service auto wired. Okay, now we have discussed the few APIs regarding movie, that are these APIs: get all movies, get movies by genre, get movies by language, and get movie by title. So these APIs are the public API. Okay, we need to create 3 more APIs: add or create movie, update movie, delete movie. Okay, so 3 plus 4, 7 APIs. Fine. Admin APIs, these are the admin APIs. Okay, admin can able to create the, update the, delete the movie. Okay, so let me create the quickly public response entity, okay, of type movie and add movie. Okay, add request body. Okay, so let me also create the movie DTO class DTO and movie DTO. Okay, so where is my movie entity? Just copy this and paste in the movie DTO. Getters and setters. Okay, fine. Where is my movie controller? So we'll pass the movie DTO. Okay, return response entity dot okay and movie service dot add movie. I'll pass the movie DTO. Okay, we'll create this method in the service class. Fine. At post mapping add movie. Okay, next public response entity of type list of movie. Okay, get all movies. Return response entity dot okay movie service dot get all movies. Okay, fine. Get mapping and get all movies. Third API is public response entity of type list of type movie, okay, and get movies by genre. String at request param. String genre. Okay, request param. Fine. And just like this, response entity okay movie service dot get movies by genre, and we'll pass the genre here. Okay, we'll create this method in the repository as a derived method queries. Okay, get mapping get movies by genre. Okay, similarly get movies by language. So let me copy this. Okay, and get movies by language, string language. Okay, we'll pass here language and here also language. Okay, fine. The next is public response entity of type movie and get movie by movie title, same request param string title, okay, and oh, I need to replace here also get movies by language, okay. So here response entity, okay, movie service get movie by title, and let me pass the title here, okay. Get mapping get movie by title, okay, fine. Next is public response entity of type movie and update movie, fine. Add path variable long id and add request body, okay, movie dto and movie dto, fine, okay. So same thing, return movie service dot update movie, and let me pass the id and movie dto, okay. put mapping okay, and update movie, let me pass the id, okay, fine. Just see here, okay, let me first complete it all. Public response entity of type void, okay, void delete movie, okay, add path variable long id, okay, and movie service dot delete movie, pass the id and return response entity dot okay dot build, fine, and delete mapping, okay, delete movie, let me pass the id, okay. Now you can see add movie is the admin API, update movie, delete movie, these are the admin API. Only admin can able to add the movie, delete and update it. So we need to add the pre-check, pre-authorize, okay, and has role admin, okay. So it means if the user logged in as a admin role can only able to access the API, else no. So let me copy it. Similarly, update movie and delete movie, okay, fine, done. Controller part done. So now let me complete the implementation in the service. Let me create these method in the movie service. So movie service, okay. So first let me auto add the repository, movie repository, and auto wired, okay. Now the very first method, that is add movie, okay, and returning the movie entity, okay, and I'm getting the movie DTO, fine. So add movie in the movie service public, returning the movie, and add movie, I'm getting the movie DTO, okay, fine. So we need to add the movie, so let's create the movie object, okay, fine, and movie dot set name, okay, title name, same thing. Then movie dot set description, movie dot set genre, okay, movie dot set release date, movie dot set duration, okay, and movie dot set language, fine, okay. Now movie DTO dot get name, movie DTO dot get description, movie DTO dot get genre, okay, movie DTO dot get release date, movie DTO dot get duration, and movie DTO dot get language. Fine. Movie repository dot save movie, okay, and return it. Fine. So this is what our first method, add movie done. Second, get all movies, which is giving me list of movie. Okay, get all movies. Let me create it. Public list of movie, okay, and get all movie. Fine. Return movie repository dot find all. Okay, done. Now our next API, that is get all movies done. Next is get movies by genre, returning the list of movie and passing a string genre. Okay, so let me create this method in the service. Public returning the list of movie and get movies by genre. I am getting a string genre. Fine. Now return movie repository dot find by genre. Okay, and let me pass the genre here. Okay, in the movie repository there is no such method like find by genre, so we need to create it as a derived method queries. Okay, so in the movie repository public optional of type list of movie and find by genre. I'm getting the genre. Okay, this method is not just returning the list of movie but optional of list of movie. Optional is a box which contains this list. Okay, so to check whether it's present or not. Okay, so it is returning me optional of list of movie, okay, and list of movie box. Okay, I usually pronounce optional as a box. Optional is a box which contains what? This list of movie. If list of movie box dot is present, okay, if present, then return list of movie box dot get. Okay, else throw new runtime exception. Okay, and just you can throw that no movies found for genre this gen this. Yes. Okay, why I'm returning the optional? Because we can check if the list is present or not. Suppose user passed here, user wants to search the horror movies. Okay, so user passed here genre as a horror, but there is no any horror movie available. So in that case, it will check if is present. If else, it will throw no movies found for the genre horror. Okay, fine. Similarly, get movies by language. Same thing. So let me copy it and paste it. Get movies by language. Okay, I'm getting the string language. Okay, and find by language. Here, let me pass the language. Okay, let me create this method in the movie repository. Public optional of type list of movie find by language. I'm getting the language. Okay, where is my service? Okay, Same thing, no movies found for no movies found of language. Okay, suppose user wants to search the Korean movies. Okay, so he passed here Korean. Fine, but we are getting this empty. Okay, there is no movie present. Then it will throw an exception with the message no movies found of language Korean. Okay, fine. Now our next API, that is get movie by title. Okay, same thing, get movie by title. Okay, returning the movie. So let me create the method in the service. Public returning the movie, get movie by title, and I'm getting the title. Okay, title, name, same thing. Okay, you can see in the movie entity I've kept name. Okay, you can just change it to title also. Okay, so in the movie service, movie repository dot find by name. Okay, and I'm passing the title. Let me create this method in the movie repository. Okay, just remove this public. Okay, fine. Optional of movie and find by name. Okay, and I'm getting the title. Why I've created the method name by this find by name, not find by title, because you can see it will check, the Spring will check, okay, find by find, whether this is the property in movie entity or not. Find by genre, genre is the property. Find by language, language is the property. Find by, if suppose I'll write title, there is no property name title. Instead I have just written here name. That's why find by name. I'm getting the title. Same thing, both are same. Okay. So let me save it and let me again go to movie service. Okay. Optional of type movie and movie box. Let me check if movie box dot is present. Okay, if it is present for this particular title, if there is movie is there in this movie box, optional box, then return movie box dot get. Okay, movie box is the optional which contain movie. If it is there, if it is present, then get. Else throw new runtime exception, no movie found for the title. Okay, fine. The last two APIs are update movie and delete movie. Okay, so let me just quickly public response entity of type movie update movie. I am getting the long ID and movie DTO. Okay, movie DTO. Fine. Movie equals movie repository dot find by ID, find by ID. Okay, or else throw new runtime exception, no movie found for the, let me format it, no movie found for the ID. Okay, suppose for this particular ID, if there is no movie found, then or else throw this exception with this message. If movie found, then update the values. So same thing, movie dot set name and everything else. Okay, same thing. and movie return movie repository dot save movie. Okay, done. Why I'm getting the error? Oh, response entity. No, returning the movie. Okay, fine. So next is the last is delete movie. Okay, delete movie ID returning the void. Fine, no issue in that. Public void delete movie. I'm getting the long ID and movie repository dot delete by ID. Okay, done. So everything is done related to uh, related to the movie part. Okay, fine. So movie controller is done. Okay, movie entity is done. Movie service, movie repository, we have created all three derived method queries. So movie part is completed. Okay, next let's create the theater part. Okay, we'll create the show because in the show entity we need to map the theater. Okay, and there are few APIs. So let's first create the theater and then the show. Okay, and then booking and then user. Okay, and then JWT auth filter service custom user details implements. Okay, and a simple granted authority. Okay, fine. Roles for that and verification of that these pending status and then test it out. Okay, so now let me create the theater part. Okay, so private long ID, private string theater name. Okay, private, let me just write theater name, private string theater location, private, okay, integer theater capacity. Okay, and private string theater screen type. Okay, fine. At ID at generated value strategy should be identity. Now tell me the mappings. Same thing. Where is the show? Show. Here's the show. Okay. Theater. Let me put them side by side. Okay, just see here. In one theater, there can be multiple shows. In one theater, there can be list of shows. List of shows. That means one to many. Simple. Okay. That's why I told you. Do the mapping at your own. Okay. I'm not going to tell you everything. Fine. Video is there. You can just watch it. Okay. So private list of show okay at one to many mapped by theater and fetch type, let's keep the lazy. Done. So entity part is done. Let me create the controller and service and repository. So theater controller, then theater service, then theater interface. Okay, theater repository. Okay, so extends JPA repository theater and long. Fine. In the service in the theater controller, rest controller and request mapping API theater. Okay, now let's quickly see, there are very few APIs, okay, 4 to 5. So let's quickly complete the theater part and then the show part. Show part, booking part is the important part. Okay. Okay, so first let me auto-wire the theater service. Theater service, okay, theater service auto-wired. Okay, now our first API is public response entity of type theater and add theater. Okay, so let me also create the theater DTO, class theater DTO. Okay, and just copy and paste it. Copy, paste it, add data. Okay, fine. So theater controller, add request body theater DTO, theater DTO. Okay, let me, okay, now looks good. Return response entity dot okay theater service dot add theater, and let me pass the theater DTO. Okay, post mapping add theater. Okay, so add theater is a public that admin API. So pre authorize has role admin. Okay, the user which is logged in as an admin can only able to access the add theater API. Next is public list of theater response entity list of theater and get theater by location. Okay, so where is my theater entity? See here, theater name, get theater by location. Okay, the theater which is closest to my location, that theater I will choose. Okay, and then the show time. Okay, so where is theater controller? Okay, similarly request param string location and return response entity dot okay theater service dot get theater by location. I'm passing the location here. It is get mapping. Okay, get theater by location. Fine. The next is simple, update and delete. Okay, there are only 4 APIs. Public response entity theater, update theater. Okay, at path variable long id and at request body and theater DTO return response entity dot okay theater service dot update theater and id and theater DTO. Done. This is the put mapping. Okay, update theater. 1 second, in the movie controller for the update, okay, put and delete. Fine. So theater controller put mapping and it is also admin API. So let me pre-authorize whether the user is admin or the normal. Last is response entity void delete theater at path variable long id. Okay, theater service dot delete theater. I am passing the id. Delete mapping delete theater. One second, I need to just pass the id also here, also the id, and return response entity dot okay dot build. Okay, void. Now let me create this method in the theater service and complete the implementation. Theater service. Okay, this is first. Let me auto wire the theater repository auto wired. Okay, the first method is theater add theater. Okay, public theater add theater. I am getting the theater DTO. Okay, so theater equals new theater, and theater dot set theater name. Theater, let me copy it. Theater dot set theater location. Theater dot set theater capacity and set screen type. Theater DTO dot get theater name. Theater DTO dot get location dot get capacity dot get screen type. Return theater repository dot save theater. Okay, fine. Next method is get theater by location. So we need to create the derived query method. Get theater by location. Okay, list. Okay, so list of theater, and here I'm getting the location. Fine. Theater repository dot find by location. Let me create this method in the theater repository. Optional of type list of theater. Okay, and find by location. Okay, where is my service? I'm getting here optional of type list of theater and list of theater box. Okay, so let me check in the optional box whether theater is present or not. In this optional box, dot is present if the list is present or not. If it is present, then return in the box dot get list dot get, else throw new runtime exception, no theaters found for the location entered this location. Okay, done. The next method, next API, update theater and delete. Okay, simple. So delete is also the admin API pre-authorize. Okay. Update theater ID theater DTO. Public response entity. Oh, no. Returning the theater. Update theater. I am getting the ID and theater DTO. Okay. Fine. Theater equals theater repository dot find by ID. Okay, for this particular ID, if theater is present, if not, or else throw, let me format it. New runtime exception, no theater found for the ID. Okay, if for this particular ID theater found, if not, return the throw the exception with this message. Okay, if found, then set the values. Theater dot same thing. Theater dot set name, location, everything, and then return theater repository dot save theater. Okay, fine. The last is public delete theater. Okay, void delete theater. I'm getting the long ID. Okay, and theater repository dot delete by ID. Done. All errors gone. Okay, so we have completed the theater part also. Okay, theater part done. Okay, next let's start the show. This is the show. This is the important because we need to map 3 entities. Okay, so private long ID. Okay, then private local date time, show time. Okay, and private double price. Fine. Let me add ID and add generated value. Okay, its strategy as, let me keep as identity. Okay, now let's do the mapping. Let me take first movie entity. So you come here and you, fine. Now you can see that in our movie entity we have already mapped the show. Okay, one movie can have multiple shows. Okay, so one to many. Fine. Similarly, multiple shows, one movie. Okay, so many to one. Okay, bidirectional. Fine. So similarly, private movie. Okay, and one to many and many to one. Okay, many to one. Fetch type, let me keep as eager. Okay, not lazy. Here we have kept as lazy. Okay, so you can see lazy, but here eager. Let me tell you why. And this is the foreign key. Join column, name as movie ID. Okay, movie ID, and nullable false. Fine. See here, fetch type eager. Why? Because when we'll load the show, show repository dot find by ID. Okay, so we'll get the show. Along with it, we want the movie also get loaded. Yeah, show is associated with movie. This show belongs to which movie? Okay, but it is not mandatory to display the show information when user searching the movie. Okay, movie selected and then next show. Okay, that's why here eager. Fine. And this is the movie ID column name. Okay, similarly, the next entity. So the next entity we need to map with theater. Okay, you again come here. Same thing. For theater also we have mapped the show. One theater can have multiple shows. So here many to one, one to many. So here many to one, bidirectional. Okay, private theater, theater, same thing. Same thing. Okay, just here it should be the theater ID. Okay, and then the third one. Your job is completed. Now the third is booking. Okay, so you come here. Okay, fine. For one show, there can be multiple bookings. One show, there can be multiple bookings. So here, one, two, many. Okay, I told you it's very simple. Okay, so private list of booking, okay, and bookings. List of bookings, okay, for one show, list of bookings, multiple. Okay, one, two, many, and mapped by what is that? Show. Fetch type should be lazy. Okay, done. Our show entity is completed. You can see these are the properties and movie ID, name movie ID, theater ID, and bookings. Okay, let me create the DTO. DTO is interesting. So class show DTO. Okay, so first let me create where is that show? These two. Okay, and then private long movie ID, private long theater ID. Okay, theater ID. Why these two? You can see these two are also a field in our show entity. When table got created, so it should be like show time, price, movie ID. Okay, show time, price, movie ID, theater ID. Okay, also a field, also a column in our table. Okay, and we need to create the APIs. User can search the show by movie ID. Okay, by movie. Or user can search all the shows, list of shows by theater. Okay, for example, okay, in this theater, for this movie, what are the shows? List of shows. Okay, for this movie, what are the list of shows? Fine. So that's why we have added here movie ID, theater ID. Okay, fine. Done. Now let's create the controller, service, and repository. So class show controller at rest request mapping. Okay, API and show. Next is service. Class show service at service. Okay, and the repository. Interface show repository. Fine. Extends JPA repository show and long. Fine. Now let me go to my show controller. First let me auto wire the show service, and auto wired. Okay, our first API, that is create show, public response entity type show, create show. Okay, request body show DTO, okay, it is the post mapping, and create show. Okay, fine. So now return response entity dot okay and show service dot create show. Okay, let me pass the show DTO. Fine. Let me, okay, this is our first API. Second is, you can see in my show entity, movie ID, theater ID. Okay, so get shows, get list of shows by movie, get list of shows by theater. Okay, for a movie, how many shows? In a theater, how many shows? Okay, then update, delete, and get all shows. Done. Create it yourself. Pause the video, got it, and code at your own. So next is public response entity of type list of show. Okay, first let me create get all shows. Okay, return response entity dot okay and show service dot get all shows. Done. It is the get mapping and get all shows. Okay, next is public response entity of type list of show get shows by movie. Okay, add request param string movie. Okay, it is also get mapping and get shows by movie. Okay, return response entity dot okay show service dot get shows by movie. I am passing the movie. Okay, we need to create get shows by movie in the repository as a derived query method. Similarly get show by theater I am passing here theater and here also theater. Okay, and the method name also theater. Fine. Okay, the last two APIs are public response entity show and update show. Okay, at path variable long id and at request body show DTO. Okay, return response entity dot okay show service dot update show. Let me pass the ID and show DTO, and this is what our put mapping update show. Let me pass the ID. Okay, the last API is public void response entity of type void delete show. Okay, see, delete implementation is interesting. Okay, so please don't miss when we'll implement in service class. Delete. Okay, we need to check whether there are bookings or not for the particular show. Suppose there is a movie Captain America. Okay, and we have 4 shows. Okay, morning, evening, night, and 4 shows, and we want to delete a show, but there are already existing bookings for their show, so it will throw a message. that there are bookings available in this show, so can't able to delete. Okay, so we need to check it. We can't directly delete the show. First, we need to check everything. This is what the bread and butter from here, show and bookings. Okay, we need to check the availability for the seats and many more things when we'll code the next part, booking. Okay, so here the main movie booking application starts. Delete show and add path variable long ID, not return. Show service dot delete show. Okay, let me pass the ID. Return response entity dot okay dot build. Okay, and it is a delete mapping delete show ID. Okay, fine. Now let me uh, create these methods in the service class. Okay, and code the implementation. Okay, so show service, here the show service, let me first auto wire the repository, show repository auto wired. Okay, done. Our first method, just pay attention here. First method is create show. Okay, movie ID and theater ID we are getting, we need to set it. First we need to fetch it. Okay, so public show create show, I am getting the show DTO. Now in the show DTO I am getting movie ID, theater ID also. So we need to fetch the movie and theater, and then we need to set here that the show is of this movie and this theater. Okay, yes or no? Fine. So we need to set the movie and theater for a particular show. That means definitely we need to fetch it. Without movie there is no show, right? Okay, so show service we are getting, so movie equals, we need to private movie repository auto wired. Okay, then movie repository dot find by ID. Okay, and I'm getting the ID, show DTO dot get show DTO. Okay, show DTO, fine, add data, getters and setters. So dot get movie ID, or else throw new runtime exception. Okay, no movie found. Okay, return it. So for the particular movie ID we are fetching the movie from the show, else, but it's not possible. Okay, step by step we are just going. Okay, just like I shown you in the code flow. First user select the movie. Okay, and we have also added in the movie, we have added the loading as lazy. Okay, so first user select a particular movie he wants to book the ticket for. Okay, selected, and here we are not displaying the show information, lazy, then show theater bookings and everything else. Okay, I hope you got it. Definitely. Okay, so the next is, let me fetch the theater also. Theater equals private theater repository and auto wired. Okay, theater repository dot find By ID, I am getting the theater ID in the show DTO only, theater ID, or else throw, let me just copy it, no theater found. For ID, show DTO dot get movie ID. For ID, show DTO dot get theater ID. Okay, done. Now if we found, we got the, for the particular show we got movie and theater, what else remaining? Simple, create a show, show equals new show, show dot set, show dot set show timing, show dot set show price, show dot set movie, show dot set theater, and show repository dot save show. This is what we need to return. And show DTO dot get show time, get price, and the movie we fetched, the theater we fetched. Okay, done. Fine. First method, next method. Next is all are simple. Okay, I need to show you this, that's why. One more, delete one. Okay, so next show controller. Where is the show controller? Show controller here. Create show, done. Get all shows, list of shows. Okay, close others, just I need show service. Okay, next method is public list of show, get all shows, return show repository dot find all. Okay, done. Next method is get shows by movie list. Okay, public list of show, get shows by movie. I am getting here the movie. Okay, and optional of type list of show list box equals show repository dot find by movie ID. One second, in the show controller get show by movie. Okay, so it should be long and movie ID. Okay, path variable will pass using path variable or anything. You can just path variable and long ID. Okay, just pass here ID and here's the ID. Okay, get shows by movie ID and theater ID. Okay, because you can see in our show entity we have the fields movie ID, theater ID. Okay, so here also I'm getting the long movie ID, let me pass here. Okay, and now let me create this method in the show repository. In the show repository, optional list of show find by long movie ID. Okay, so see here, find by movie ID. Spring will check whether in the show entity there is a field by this name or not, movie ID. In the show entity there is a field by the name movie ID, so we can search it. User can find it by movie ID, by theater ID, by price, by show time, anything. Okay, so in the show service, okay, if show list box dot is present, then return show list box dot get. Okay, else throw new runtime exception, no shows available for the movie. Okay, the next API, that is get show by theater. Okay, get show by movie done, get shows by theater, same thing. Let me copy it, paste it, get show by theater. Okay, theater long theater ID. Okay, no shows available theater. Okay, find by theater ID. Okay, let me create the same method also. So optional list show long. Okay, fine, done. And the last two APIs are update and delete. So public show update show, I'm getting the long ID, and show DTO show equals show repository dot find by ID, okay, or else throw supplier new runtime exception, no show available for the ID. Okay, then same thing. So we need to also fetch this movie and theater. Okay, and from the show DTO I'm getting the movie ID. Okay, and then same thing. Show set time price movie theater. Okay, and finally the delete one. Okay, so pay attention here. Delete one is somewhat, we need to check it. Delete show. Public void delete show, getting the ID. Okay, so at first we need to check if the show is available for this particular ID. So we need to check in this way also, show repository dot exist by ID. Okay, and not. If there is no show available for this particular ID, then throw new runtime exception and no show available for the ID. Okay, done. Now we need to fetch the bookings. Okay, we need to fetch the bookings for the particular show. Why? See here. One show can have multiple bookings, list of bookings. We need to check if for this particular show, is there any bookings or not. If there are bookings for the user, then we can't delete. Yeah, just like in real world. If for this particular, suppose there are 4 shows and suppose there is a show of 9:30 p.m. Okay, now there are few bookings for that show, so we can't delete it. Okay, so we need to check it. List bookings equal show repository dot find by id. Okay, so this will give me the optional dot get. This will give me the show dot get bookings. Okay, show dot get bookings, getters and setters. Okay, now we'll check if bookings, there is a list type dot is empty. If it is empty, then throw new runtime exception, can't delete show with existing bookings. Okay, else show repository dot delete by id. Done. Yeah, so first we have checked whether the show is available for or not for this id. Okay, it is available. Then we have checked the bookings are there or not for the particular show. If there are bookings, is empty, not. Okay, if the bookings is not empty, that means there are bookings, so can't delete the show, else delete it. Okay, done. So we have also completed the show part. There are few utility methods we need to create, but later on we'll create it. Okay, so where is the show part? Done. Okay, show part is done. Now the booking part. Okay, and the user part. Okay, the important thing is booking one. Okay, so let me quickly code the booking part also and then finish it, and the testing part. Okay, see, you can miss the coding part, but please don't miss the testing part. Okay, at the end we're going to test the complete project and all the APIs. Okay, so now booking private long id. Okay, then private integer number of seats. Okay, number of seats, suppose I want to book the 4 seats, so 4 5 6 7 integer. Okay, then private booking time, so local date time booking time. Okay, then private double price. Okay, price, then private booking status, booking status. Okay, we've already created booking status enum, which contains 3 constant values: booking status, confirmed, cancel and pending. Okay, and private list of type string and seat numbers. Okay, see, number of seats and seat numbers are different. Number of seats, that means I want to book the 4 seats, 5 seats, okay, or integer. Seat numbers are, suppose I want to book the 5 seats and the seat numbers are A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, 5. Okay, so collection of string, list of string. Fine. Now, first let me add generated value strategy as identity. Okay, now let's do the mapping. Okay, so first let's map with the user entity. Okay, so this is my booking, this is my user entity. Now pay attention here. As we all know that a user can have multiple bookings. A user can have multiple bookings. Okay, so one user can have multiple, that means many booking. So here we will map one to many. Similarly, bookings, multiple bookings, one user. So multiple, that means many to one. Multiple bookings, one user, many to one. Okay, fine. Let's do the mapping. So private user, okay, user and many to one. Fetch type, let's keep the eager. Okay, at join column, this is the foreign key. Name I'll keep as user ID and nullable as false. Okay, done. Why fetch type eager? Because I want the user information also when booking gets loaded. Okay, I want user information also. Done. Now let's map with the show. Okay, so where is that? Okay, we've already mapped booking in our show entity. You can see in our show entity we've already mapped the booking. Okay, one to many. One show can have multiple bookings. One show can have multiple bookings. So multiple bookings, one show. So many to one here also. Okay, let's do the mapping. Okay, so private show fine. Many to one. Fetch type should be eager. Okay, add join column. Let's keep the name as show ID. Okay, and nullable false. Okay, done. Now on the seat numbers, pay attention here. Add element collection. Okay, the fetch type, let's keep the eager. Don't worry, I'll explain. Well, I already explained, but add collection table, let's keep the name as booking seat numbers. Okay, see, I already explained add element collection significance in our past project video, library management complete. But just see here, what it will do is it will create add element collection, create a separate table in the database by this name, booking seat numbers, with two columns. One is the booking ID, second is seat numbers. Okay, whenever you just put add element collection on any field, it will create a separate table with the entity ID and that field as a column. Suppose a user booked some ticket, okay, and booking ID was 1, okay, and the user booked three seats, A1, A2, A3. So for the booking ID 111, it was A1, A2 and A3. Okay, that's why. Fine. So this is what our complete booking entity. Fine. Now let's create the skeleton. So now let me create the skeleton, controller service and repository and DTO. Okay. So booking DTO. Then in the DTO, just simply, where is that? Okay. Number of seats, booking time, price. Okay, and seat numbers and private long user ID, private long show ID. Why? Because you can see in our booking we have two properties also by the name user ID and show ID. Okay, when Hibernate will create the table booking, it will create this column also. Number of seats, booking time, price, seat numbers, user ID, show ID. Okay, fine. So now new class booking controller. Okay, and then class booking service. Okay, and then class, not class, interface, it's repository, booking repository. Okay, extends JPA repository booking and long. Okay, so at first let me import the booking service, and auto wired. Okay, now let's create the APIs. So our first API is create booking. Okay, so response entity of type booking and create booking. Okay, I'm accepting request body booking DTO and booking DTO done. Okay, return booking not response. Let me copy this response entity dot okay booking service dot create booking, and let me pass the booking DTO. Okay, let me also import the booking, and this is the post mapping create booking. Okay, next suppose a user wants to see all his bookings. Okay, then get user bookings. So public response entity of type list and booking, fine, get user bookings. Okay, let me maximize this. Okay, now add path variable long user ID, return response entity dot okay booking service dot get user bookings. Okay, and I'll pass the ID. This is the get mapping get user bookings. Okay, I'll pass the ID. Fine. Similarly, I want to see all my show bookings. Okay, so let me copy paste it, get show bookings. Okay, I'll pass here show ID, get show bookings, list of booking, and get show bookings. Okay, now confirm payment. Okay, so public uh, response entity of type booking and confirm payment or confirm booking. Okay, here we'll ask the payment from the user and add path variable. Okay, and booking ID, so long booking ID, return response entity dot okay booking service dot confirm booking. I'll pass the booking ID. Okay, and this is the put mapping. Okay, because see, booking already created, now we are modifying. When the booking created, the booking status updated to pending. Okay, I want to book this ticket. Fine, now you have booked the ticket, the status is pending until you have made the payment. Once the payment is made, then the booking status is confirmed and we will update the our booking entity. So update, that's why put mapping. Okay, so I'll pass here the ID and then confirm. Okay, similarly cancel payment, if suppose user wants to cancel, so cancel and cancel booking. Okay, here also cancel booking. Okay, done. Fine, now your job, your homework is to complete this API. Response entity of type list of booking get bookings by status. Okay, and I'll pass the path variable booking status, booking status, the enum we created, and return response entity dot okay booking service dot get bookings by status. I'll pass the booking status. Okay,
and this is the get mapping, get bookings by status, and this is the status. Okay, or I can just write booking status. Fine, this is your job. Okay, similarly same thing, just there is no any difference, same thing. The booking status we have created, you just need to filter it out. Okay, fine. Now booking controller is done. Let's create these methods: create booking, get user booking, get show bookings, and complete the implementation part in our service layer. Service, booking service, yeah, this is booking service. One of the most important thing, create booking. Okay, rest you can skip the video, please don't skip this. Okay, so first let me auto wire the private booking repository. Okay, and auto wired. Fine. Now public, our first method is create booking, getting the booking DTO. Okay, returning booking, create booking, I'm getting the booking DTO. Okay, fine. Let me also import this. Okay, now the very first thing, we need to check whether the seats are available or not. How to check? Very simple. See here, suppose theater, this is the theater. Okay, the theater capacity is 100. Okay, fine. This is my user who wants to book the ticket. He booked 4 tickets. Okay, he booked 4 tickets. Fine. We will fetch the capacity 100, and we will fetch how many seats already booked. Suppose 90 seats. Total capacity minus booked, that means left seats, which is equals to 10. Okay, is 10 greater than or equals to requested seat 4? Yes, then yeah, seats are available. If suppose 100 is the capacity and 99 got booked, only 1 seat left, but user wants to book the 4 seats, so 1 is less than 4, that means no, you can't book the seats. Done. So this is what we will achieve this. Okay, so first we will get the show. So we'll also import the private show repository. Okay, and auto wired. Okay, so show equals show repository dot find by ID. I'm getting the show ID in the booking DTO dot booking DTO. Okay, booking DTO, fine, add data for the getters and setters. Okay, you can see show ID, user ID. Where is the service? Booking DTO dot get show ID. Okay, or else throw new runtime exception show not found. Okay, I got the show. Why show? Because show contains the theater information. Okay, so we got the show, we got the theater, we got the theater capacity. Done. Okay, then if is seats available, I'll pass the show dot get ID, show ID, and number of seats user requested, booking dot get number of seats. Okay, and not. If seats is not available, then throw new runtime exception. You can also create your custom exception and handle using the global exception handler. Okay, I already created a video on that global exception handler step by step. You can go and watch it. Okay, new runtime exception, not enough seats are available. Okay, bye bye. Fine. Now let's create this method. Fine. Public boolean is show its seats available. I'm getting the show id and integer, right? Integer number of seats. Okay, done. So first let me fetch the show. I got the show ID, so you can also pass directly show here, but fine. Now find by show ID. Okay, I'm getting the ID already here. Okay, fine. I got the show. Now int booked seats equals show dot get bookings. In the show, where is the show? In the show I have bookings. Okay, so first I got all the booking. I fetched all the bookings. Okay, just see here. Then I'll use the stream API, okay, to process. Okay, no worries. Dot filter booking dot get booking status, which is not equals to booking status dot cancelled. Okay, why? I got all the bookings. Now I want only those bookings which are confirmed or pending. Okay, I want to get the I'm getting the booked seats. That means should not be cancelled, either confirmed or pending. Okay, that's why confirmed or pending. Okay, done. Now dot map to int booking, and what is the method name in the booking? Number of seats. Okay, so get number of seats. Done. Fine. See, this is the method name. This is the getters method. Number of seats is my field. Okay, and get number of seats. It means I am applying get number of seats on every booking object. Okay, and converting it to the int. Fine. I filtered the booking here. I got only those bookings which are confirmed or pending. On those booking objects, I need to apply get number of seats. Okay, I want the total seats. Okay, convert it to int and then sum it up. Done. So I got here booked seats. Then return show dot get theater capacity minus booked seats should be greater than or equal to number of seats. Done. Yeah, that's what we've discussed. That suppose this is the theater. Okay, capacity is 100. Fine. Now here I got all the bookings. Suppose there are 70 bookings done. Fine. I have filtered only those bookings which are confirmed or pending. There are 60 bookings which are confirmed or pending, and 10 was cancelled. Okay, we got the 60. Then I'm applying for those 60 bookings. I want number of seats they have booked. Suppose this is the user and this is done the booking and he booked 4 seats. Another user, he done the booking, he booked 3 seats. So 4 plus 3 plus total for the 60 bookings. Suppose I got 93. Okay, so booked seat I got 93. Capacity is 100. So 100 minus 93 equals 7, which is greater or equals to requested seat. Suppose user wants to book the 10 seats. Nope. Suppose he wants to book the 4 seats. You're welcome. Okay, I hope you got the concept. Okay, fine. Done. So here it's returning the whatever true or false. Okay, now we need to check the seat numbers and number of seats should be equal. Okay, booking DTO dot get seat numbers, which is list dot size, is not equals to booking DTO dot get number of seats. Then return, no, return throw new runtime exception. Okay, uh, seat numbers and number of seats must be equal or must match. Okay, suppose I want to book the 4 seats. Seat numbers are A1, A2, B1, B2. Okay, 4. Now I want to book the 5 seats and I have checked A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, much more. So they should be equal. Okay, equal. That's why if not equal, then they should match. Okay, now the third validation, validate the duplication. Okay, suppose I want to book the A1, but the A1 already booked by some user, then we need to throw that no, this seat is not available, already booked. Validate duplicate seat. Okay, and here let me pass the show ID only, show dot get ID and seat numbers, oh, booking DTO dot get seat numbers. Okay, let me create this method also. Public void validate long show ID and list of string seat numbers. Okay, so first let me fetch the show. Okay, or we can pass the show only directly. Fine. Now set string. First we need to get the occupied seat. Occupied seats equal show dot get booking, get bookings dot stream. Okay, dot filter b. Okay, b dot get booking status not equals to booking status dot cancelled. Okay, definitely dot we need to flat map. Okay, and then we need to apply the get seat numbers dot stream. Okay, and then we'll collect as a set collectors dot to set. Okay, so we got the occupied seat. Now this is the seat number which user wants to book. Suppose user wants to book the A1, A2, A1, A2, B1, B2. Okay, occupied seats. This is my theater and A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, D1, D2 and D3. Okay, A1, A2, B1, B2 are occupied, already occupied. What we'll check is if occupied seat contains the requested seat. Okay, occupied seats are A1, A2, B1, B2. User also wants to book these 4. So it contains these seats. That means no, you can't book. Duplicate. Okay, see how I'm explaining the complete concepts. Okay, so now list of string and duplicate seats equals seat numbers dot stream dot filter. Okay, filter and where is the occupied seats. Okay, occupied seats, and I need to apply the contains method. Okay, see here on the booking object get number of seats method, occupied seats which is set, I need to apply the contains method. Okay, applied, and I want to collect this as a to list. Done. Now if this duplicate seats duplicate seats dot is empty, not. If the duplicate seats is not empty, if this list is not empty, if suppose this list got A1 A2, then throw new runtime exception. Okay, seats are already booked. Okay, seats are already booked. Done. So this is what our 3 validation. Okay, now let's create the booking. If suppose user seats are available, okay, and seat numbers and number of seats are same, okay, seats are also not duplicate, okay, then user equals user repository also, private user repository and auto wired. Okay, so user repository find by id. I'm getting the user id also in the booking DTO dot get user id dot or else throw new runtime exception user not found. Okay, now let me create the booking equal new booking. Fine, booking dot set user. Okay, booking dot set show. Okay, booking dot set number of seats. Okay, booking dot set seat numbers. Okay, booking dot set price. Okay, booking dot set booking time. Okay, booking dot set booking status. Okay, and return booking repository dot save booking. Okay, here set number of seats, so booking DTO dot get number of seats, booking DTO dot get seat numbers. Okay, price I'll calculate. We need to create a method. Fine, booking time, which is local date time dot now. Okay, booking status dot pending. Okay, once user create the booking, it was pending, booking status set to pending. Then when it was confirmed, when the user this execute this API confirm booking, that means payment done. Okay, now this is set price, so calculate total amount. Okay, and it takes 2 parameter, show dot get price, show price, and number of seats. Booking DTO dot get number of seats. Okay, show price. Okay, and there are 4 seats, so 4 into that show price. Let me quickly create the method. Okay, create here. Public double. Okay, double price and integer number of seats. Return price in multiplied by number of seats. Okay, that's all. Done. Yeah, so this is our create booking. See how you're feeling. We have done the just like a real world movie booking application. We have done every check, duplicate seats, availability equals to number of seat numbers. Okay, and then price calculation, everything. Okay, now rest all method implementation are very small. Okay, so let me quickly finish them also. Booking controller, create booking over, get user bookings, create booking, get user bookings. Okay, list. Public list of booking get user, what is the method name, get user bookings. Okay, very simple, one line, and long user id. Okay, return booking repository dot find by user id. Okay, let me pass the user id. Let me create this method in the booking repository. Derive method queries. Simple. List of booking find by user id. I'm passing the long user id. Okay, similarly let me create the method for that also. Find by show id. Okay, our next method in the booking controller, get show bookings. Okay, next method, public list booking get show bookings, show id. Okay, return find by show id, show id. Okay, done. Next, confirm booking. Okay, so you can ask the payment in that. Okay, public booking confirm booking. Okay, and I'm getting the booking id, booking id, booking id. Okay, so first let me fetch the booking equals booking repository, booking repository dot find by id. I'm getting the id, or else throw new runtime exception booking not found. Done. Now if booking dot get booking status not equals to booking status dot pending, then throw new runtime exception booking is not in pending state. Okay, why? Because when user creates the booking, the status updated to pending. So on confirm, I want the status should be in the pending state. If it is not, then booking is not in pending state. If it is, then booking dot set booking status to booking status dot confirm, and here you can just ask the payment, ask payment to the user, or we can just write payment API process. Okay, payment, fine, process, it should be gateway. We'll create the payment gateway application also. Okay, next to next, fine, and then simple return booking repository dot save and booking. That's why put mapping. Next is cancel booking. Okay, it's somewhat good. Cancel booking, I'm again getting the long booking ID. Okay, so first let me get the booking. Okay, got it. Then we'll create a method validate cancellation. Why? Because there is some rules that you can't cancel before 2 hours of the show begins. That's why. Okay, I told you real world, complete real world, not like just okay you can cancel it. No, let's do it. Okay, that's why it's one of the good project. Okay, public void cancellation. Okay, booking, fine. So first let me get the show time. So local date time show time equals booking dot get show dot get show time. Okay, fine. Now local date time, and then let me get the deadline time, which is equals to show time dot minus hours 2. Okay, so show time, I got the show time and the deadline show time minus 2. Suppose show time is 9:30 p.m. Okay, so you can't cancel if you passed 7:30 p.m. Okay, this is the deadline, that's why. So we are just doing here this only, simple minus hours and everything else. Okay, so now the interesting part, local date time dot now. Suppose user is cancelling at 8:30 p.m. So local date time dot now 8:30 p.m. dot is after the deadline time. Okay, deadline time, suppose today user is cancelling at 8:30 and deadline time is 7:30, so it is after. Condition true. Okay, so throw new runtime exception cannot cancel the booking. Fine. Okay, and one more check, we will just booking dot get booking. Okay, booking dot get booking status equals booking status dot cancelled, then throw new runtime exception booking already been cancelled. Okay, if suppose status is cancelled only, then already cancelled. If suppose someone try to again cancel it out, okay, fine, done. So this is what the cancel booking, and we will now update booking in the cancel booking method. Booking dot set booking status to booking status dot cancelled, and return booking repository dot save booking. Yeah, done. So everything is done, I guess. Only one method is remaining, that is get booking by status. Simple, get booking by status in the repository. In the repository, just create find by booking status. Yeah, find by booking status, and you'll get. Okay, so where is I'm getting the error? Booking ID. Okay, booking ID done. And what else? Okay, here is show ID. Okay, spelling mistake. Okay, done, all error gone. Here I'm getting the error because I need to implement this. Okay, so you will implement, this is your homework. Done. The booking part is also done. Where is the booking? This is the big done. Okay, because we have checked lot of thing in this. I told you booking is somewhat scary. Okay, fine. If you have any problem, then please comment down. So I'll just, or you can join the community. Okay, so I'll just clear your doubt one to one. Okay, now let me quickly go to my user controller, user entity. Okay, fine. Private long ID. Okay, then private string username. Okay, then private string email. Okay, then private string password. Okay, and then private set of type string and rules. Okay, let me put the add element collection. Okay, add element collection, and fetch type should be eager. Okay, why eager? Because I want the roles on every step when user get loaded. Okay, suppose there is some API which is only for admin access. Okay, this is the user, tell me the role. If your role is admin, then you can access or you can't.
Okay, fine. And add element collection means I told you if you put add element collection on any property on any field, that means it will create a new table with the name users underscore role with two columns, the entity ID, that is user ID, and the field name roles. So for example, user ID for the first user ID is 1 and the role is normal user. So normal user. For the ID 2, okay, ID 2 is admin user and admin have both the roles. So 2 have normal also, 2 have admin also. Okay, another table for the roles so that we can easily manage it. Okay, that's why add element collection is the good choice. Okay, you can also create many to many relationship. Fine, and you'll just use the enum. In the enum, you just put the two values, role user, role admin, anything. Okay, done. Now, now let's convert these roles into the simple granted authority. Why? I'll tell you. I already told you in my past video, library management project video, but no worries, I'll tell you. Implements user details. Okay, okay, let me override the methods. Okay, you minimize, fine. So get authorities. Now get authority means we are converting our roles into the simple granted authority. Why? Because Spring can't understand this string roles. ADMIN. What is this? ADMIN. Role user. What is this? No, we need to wrap these roles into the simple granted authority object. New simple granted authority role admin. New simple granted authority role user. Okay, so that's why we implement user details, and this is the overridden method. Here we'll convert it and then send it so that Spring can understand, okay, role user, the logged in user is of the role admin, of the role normal user. Okay, how? Return roles, okay, dot stream, my favorite API. Okay, dot map, we need to map simple granted authority. Okay, new new object. Okay, dot collect collectors, and then we'll collect it. Okay, finally dot as list, simple. Okay, rows dot stream, then we'll map simple granted authority. Okay, new, that means new object, new simple granted, new, like we'll create the new object. Okay, and then collect it. Okay, done. The next thing is we'll create the custom user details. Why? I'll tell you. So in the service, new class custom user details service. Okay, why we'll create custom user details? Because for the first login, okay, wait, we will implements user detail service. Okay, they will override the method and overridden. So there is one method load user by username which is returned by Spring. Why? Wait, first let me private user repository auto wire the user repository. Okay, then return user repository dot find by username. Okay, and I'll pass this username. Okay, or else throw new runtime exception user not found. Okay, fine, let me create find by username in the user repository. Okay, I'll explain everything. Okay, find by username in the user repository. Okay, optional find by username, and I'm getting the username here. Okay, okay, where is that? Fine. Now, okay, let me minimize this. Okay, now why we'll create this? For the first login, First login means? First login means when you'll first log in, when you'll first sign up and log in. Okay, Spring have created this method. That means Spring will load the user by the username and validate the user. Okay, so this is the user, and then here this custom user detail, and then the complete JWT part, and then you will, if the username password is correct, then proceed the further. Okay, for the first login, once our application got the user detail, then again if we log in, then no need for this step, directly JWT and proceed further. But for the first login, Spring needs to validate. That's why Spring people only return this method, load user by, see, as the name indicating, load user by username. First he will contact to the database, our application contact to the database and load the user by the username. Okay, you can see. Now your next question is, this will give you the user. Okay, this will give you the user repository dot find by username. Okay, you can see in the user repository we are returning the optional of user, but this method wants the user details, not the user. So just go there in the user, implements user details. Okay, connected, fine. So this is what we have done. Roles got wrapped into the simple granted authority, and for the first login we have created the custom user detail service also. One second, service. Okay, done. Now let's create the controller, user controller. Okay, let's complete the final part. Let's create the auth controller to register normal user. Let's create the admin controller to register admin user. Okay, admin user. I know there should not be any public API to register the admin. Otherwise, normal user can also register as admin. That's why we will create another controller, and we will put the controller level, class level security. Okay, I already explained complete thing in my library management video in my past, just before this project video, library management, everything step by step. Okay, and then we'll just code the JWT and then the testing part. Done. Okay, so first now let's start the final user part. Okay, class auth controller. Okay, done. At REST controller and at request mapping API auth. Okay, then just see this admin controller. Okay, at REST controller. Okay, and at request mapping. Okay, API and admin. Okay, now you can see pre-authorize. Okay, has role admin. Fine, that means the API return in the admin controller are only accessible to those user or that user which is already logged in as an admin. That means for the first admin we will register him using the direct SQL script. There should not be any public API to register the admin. If you want to register the admin, then you have to be the admin. So for the first admin, we will register him as a direct SQL script, insert into, and then he will logged in as an admin and create another admins. Okay, I given you the great example in the library management. For example, you have hired in the Amazon. Okay, so your credentials created by the admin people who already as an admin. Okay, HR or whatever. Fine, not the end users, or not you can create your own credentials, Amazon credentials. Okay, so first they have to be the admin. So how they become the admin? The first admin using the SQL script, and then using this API they can create another admins. Done. Okay, So in the auth controller we'll create two methods. Public, okay, first let me create the DTO, the most important part of this. So class and register request DTO. We'll create three DTOs. Register request DTO, okay. Second is login request DTO. Login request DTO. Okay, login request DTO. And the third, the most important is login response DTO. Okay, login response DTO. In response, we'll get the JWT token. Using that token, user can able to access the APIs. Without that, you can't. Okay, thank you. So we'll just in the register request DTO add data and add builder. Okay, private, three things same: private string username, private string email, private string password. Okay, three things you can register. Okay, then login request. See, register request. I am requesting to register. I am requesting to login. But once login, what the login response will get? That is the login response DTO. Okay, so login request, that means private string username. So we'll log in using username and password. Okay, fine. Now login response. In response, we'll get private string JWT token. Okay, if there is a normal user who registered, okay, done. Then he'll log in. He'll log in, so he will get the in response. In the login response, he will get JWT token. His own JWT token. Using that token, he can able to access the APIs. What APIs? These APIs. These APIs. These APIs. Okay, done. So add data and add builder. Login request where there's no need, only add data only, fine. Okay, because we are not building that in that. Okay, only login response, we need builder, fine. Now in the auth controller, public, our first API, register normal user. Okay, register normal user, response entity of type user, register normal user. Okay, see, just focus on what we are returning. We are returning the user. Okay, done. I am accepting. Add request body. What should I write here? I want to register the normal user. So register request DTO. Okay, because I want to send the request, I want to register. Okay, return. Okay, so let me also create the service, user service. So let me give the name as authentication service. Okay, in this service we'll do everything. We'll register normal user, we'll register admin user, we'll authenticate. Add service. Okay, so where is my auth controller? Private authentication service. Okay, fine, auto wired it, done. Now return response entity dot okay authentication service dot register normal user. Okay, I'm passing the register request DTO. Okay, it is the post mapping and
register normal user. Done. Okay. Similarly, in the admin controller, we'll write the register admin user. So in the auth controller, let me copy this and paste it in the admin controller. Register admin user, register admin user. Okay, fine. Here also, because DTO is same. Okay, admin also register using the username, that password, username, email, password, and normal user also register request. Okay, username, email, password. Fine. Okay, let me also import that in the admin controller. Okay, done. Now you can see in the auth controller we are registering normal user. In the admin controller we are registering the admin user. Now we need to log in them. We're allowed to log in them. So in the auth controller only we can create the login table, login API. We will not create two different APIs like login normal user, login um, admin user. No, login is not the issue. Register is the issue. So that will create different controller, because a normal user can't able to register as admin. Okay, for the login we very well know we are, unfortunately we are verifying the user with the username password, so no issue with the login. See here, response entity of type login response DTO. Okay, when any user, normal or admin user, will log in the response, he'll get login response DTO, which contains the JWT token. Using that token, we will access the APIs. Okay, you can add here few more fields. For example, in the login response, you will get the username also. No worries. In the login response, you will get the roles also. Okay, no worries to verify. Okay, fine. But in the login response, we are returning and login. I need to pass here request body login request DTO. Login request DTO. Okay, here is a register request DTO. I want to register. Here is a login request DTO. I want to log in, username, password. Okay, and in response, login response DTO. Okay, no need to confuse. Okay, fine. Authentication service, return authentication service dot login and okay, response entity dot okay, authentication service dot login, and let me pass this login request DTO. Okay, done. And here post mapping and login. Okay, fine. Now quickly let me complete the implementation of register normal user, login, and register admin user. Okay, in my service, so I've created the authentication service here. First let me auto wire private user repository, okay, auto wired. Done. We need to also auto wire the JWT part we are going to create in few minutes. Okay, and password encoder and authentication manager. Okay, done. Our first method, register normal user. Okay, public returning the user, register normal user. I am getting register request DTO. Okay, let me import the user also. Fine.
So very first thing, we will check whether the user is already registered or not. Okay, so if user repository, let me, okay, if user repository dot find by username. Okay, we already created find by username method here. So find by username, and the username I'm getting from the register request DTO. Okay, what user has entered, username, email, password, and click on the registered. Okay, now control comes here. Okay, so user repository dot find by username register request DTO dot get username. Okay, get username, I already put that getters and setters, so get username. Okay, and dot is present, then throw new runtime exception user already registered. Okay, if this is what contact to the database. Okay, what contact? It will search this. So if user repository dot find by username, this is the username, what user wants to registered is already present in the database, that means user already registered. Okay, if not, then simple, register him. Okay, so now we will set the roles. Set string roles equals new hash set. Okay, and roles dot add role underscore user. Okay, register normal user should have only the role user. Done. Now user equals new user, and one second, user dot set username. Okay, user dot set email. Okay, user dot set password. Okay, user dot set roles, and return user repository dot save user. Okay, fine. So here register request DTO dot get username dot get email. Here we will encode. Okay, so private password encoder, okay, at autowired. Done. So here password encoder dot encode, and the password we are getting, get password. Okay, done. Similarly, we will register the admin user. Just one change. Okay, so admin controller register admin user, not this, one more change. Okay, register admin user. Okay, here we need to add the one more role, that is role underscore admin. Okay, when admin is registering, so admin have both the roles, admin and user. Okay, and all same. Fine. Now the third is login. Login is important. Okay, so public, I am returning the login response DTO login, and I'm getting the login request DTO login request DTO. So first we will user equals same thing, user repository dot find by username, user repository dot find by username. I'm getting the username here dot get username. Okay, or else throw new runtime exception, new runtime exception, and user not found. Okay, then we will create the authentication manager, private
authentication manager. We need to create the bean at last. Okay, so authentication manager dot authenticate. Okay, now new username password authentication token. Okay, and here I'll give the username and password. So login request DTO dot get username, login request DTO dot get password. Okay, done, fine. And then string token, JWT token equals to JWT service dot generate token. I'll pass here the user. Okay, and then return login response DTO dot builder. Okay, dot token, JWT token. See, in the login response DTO we have created the field by the name JWT token. That's why JWT token, and the token will get here. Okay, then we have created the field in the login response DTO. We have created the username and roles. So username, okay, from where we'll get, from the user will get user dot get username and roles. So user dot get roles. Okay, dot build. Done. Why it is showing the error? Because we want to return the login response DTO. Response DTO. Okay, done. Now this line JWT service dot generate token. So we are going to create the JWT service class. Don't worry, but first let me import here JWT service and JWT service. JWT service. Okay, auto wired. Okay, fine. We'll create this class. Okay, and there we'll create this method in that class, generate token, which takes the user details. User, fine. So it will generate the token. Okay, here I got the token. Then I am returning the login response DTO. Okay, so you will see in the that postman, when user logged in, you will get the token. You will get three things. You're getting the login response, so you'll get token, you'll get username, you'll get the roles. Okay, done. So this is completely done. Okay, let me save everything. Yeah, now only what remaining is JWT part. Okay, let's create the JWT part and testing. Okay, so where is that? Let me create a new package, class JWT authentication filter. Okay, in the package JWT. See, I'm not gonna explain everything in that, because using the pictorial way, step by step, in a very slow, I've explained like few things. I know this is the project video, not a JWT video. I'll create after this video or next to next, I'll create a complete JWT video dedicated to only that, explaining security using JWT. Okay, and then Okta or OAuth. Okay, Google sign in or GitHub signing. Okay, but already explained my library project. Okay, you can watch it. Fine. Again, I'm not going to explain you. There I explained in a very beautiful way. Okay, so let's code the JWT authentication filter and JWT service. Okay, JWT. Done. Okay, so at first add component. Fine. Then we will extends once per request filter. Okay, we'll auto wire the method. Okay, fine. Now the very first thing, we will first private and user repository, let's auto wire it. Okay, and private JWT service. Okay, we have created the service. Let's auto wire it. Now let's fetch the header. Final string auth header equals the request. Okay, request dot get header. Okay, authorization. Fine, authorization done. Now public string JWT token. Okay, and final string username. Okay, done. Now we need to check if the header starts with bearer or not. Okay, generally header is like this, okay, bearer and space, and here is the JWT token. So this is the complete header, so it should starts with the bearer. Okay, fine. So we need to check. How to check? If the auth header equals null, or auth header dot starts with bearer not. If auth header is null or not starts with bearer, then simple this filter chain dot do filter request response, and then it's void. Okay, so simple return empty. Fine. Now we need to extract the JWT token from the header. Okay, so extract the JWT token from the header. Okay, how to extract? We all know that header is bearer space JWT token. Okay, so we need to substring. This is the string, complete string. Okay, you can see a string auth header, substring up to here. So what left? JWT token. Okay, substring 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so it starts with here till end. Okay, string property. Fine. So JWT token equals auth header dot substring and 7. Okay, and the username. So username equals JWT service dot extract username. Okay, we are going to create extract username in the JWT service using JWT token. Okay, see, token contains everything. I already told you in my past video, the past project video, that is JWT contains 3 parts: header, payload, that is claims, and signature. Okay, in the claims you'll get name, username, issued at, everything. So you'll get extract the username from the claims. Okay, from the JWT token. Fine. Okay, the next is this is okay. Now we need to check. We need to check if we have a username and no authentication exist yet. Okay, so if username not equals null and security context holder dot get context dot get authentication equals null. Okay, if there is no authentication exist, then first we will fetch the user details. Okay, so where user details,
Okay, user details in from the user repository dot find by username. The username will provide here. Okay, dot or else throw new runtime exception user not found. Okay, see, if you're thinking like I am doing direct, I've already explained everything step by step in my past video, so please watch that. Okay, if you don't want to watch the complete video, don't watch, but please watch the that JWT part. Okay, that's all. Fine. Now we need to validate the token. Validate the token. Okay, if JWT service dot is valid, is token valid. Okay, let me pass the JWT token and user details. Okay, user details. So we need to create the authentication with roles. Okay, we need to create the authentication with user roles. Okay, how to create? First we need to wrap the roles in the simple granted authority. Okay, authority is equals user details dot get roles dot stream. Okay, dot map simple granted authority new. Okay, dot collect collectors dot to list. Okay, done. Now we need to username password authentication token. Auth token equals new username password authentication token, and we will pass the one second. Okay, we'll pass the user details and null and authorities. Okay, done. Now we will set the authentication details. Okay, first we'll create the authentication with user roles. Now we will set the authentication detail. Auth token dot set details new web authentication detail source dot build details. Okay, and request. Okay, and then we'll update the security. Update the security context. Okay, with authentication. Okay, how? Security context holder dot get context dot set authentication auth token. See here, security context holder dot get context dot get authentication. Okay, if username is not null and the authentication is null, that means there is no authentication, then we will authenticate the user. Okay, if it's already been authenticated, then no use. So once it's already authenticated, here it is token. Okay, then we are setting security context holder dot get context dot set authentication. Okay, fine, and then simple filter chain dot do filter, and this is okay. So done. Now just one thing remaining is we need to create the JWT service and these methods: extract username, is token valid, okay, generate token. Okay, so authentication service, not authentic JWT service. Okay, service. Okay, fine. So at first private string
secret key. Okay, secret key and private long expiration. Okay, JWT expiration. Okay, so we will inject the values in these variables using application dot yml. uh, okay, this application dot yml. Okay, here we'll just create JWT dot secret equals to something else and copy this, and here at value. Okay, at value and dollar, where is that dollar? Okay, and this is okay, done. Similarly for this also. Fine, so we'll do it when we'll just set the configuration in application.yml. Okay, I'll use the yml, you can use properties also. Fine, our first method public string. So in the authentication filter, extract username. Okay, using the JWT token. So public extract username, I'm getting the JWT token. How? Using the claims. So we'll create a new method, return extract claim. Okay, JWT token and claims get subject. Okay, so one second, we need to add the JWT dependencies also. Okay, I haven't added that. Fine, you can see. Okay, so let me add the JWT dependencies. Let me go to my browser and just type JSON web token MVN. Okay, so yeah, this one. See all three dependencies. First is IMPL, click on the version, copy it and here, okay, paste it. The next JWT API, copy it and paste it. Next, that is Jackson, click on the version, copy it and paste it. Okay, I don't need these comments. Okay, and just format, save it. Now go to the service and now claims. Okay, done. Fine, so then let's create this method extract claim. Okay, so public, and let's keep it as a generic. So t and extract claim. Fine, I'm getting the string JWT token and function. So it was the claims first, and let's keep the generic, and it is a claim resolver. Okay, fine. So for this final claims equals extract all claims. Okay, we'll extract all claims and I'll pass the JWT token here. Return claim resolver dot apply claims. Okay, let's create now this method. Private, let's keep it as private. This also private. Fine. Claims. Extract all claims. I am getting the string token. Return JWTS, then dot parser. Okay, then dot verify with get sign in key. Okay, the secret key. Fine, so we'll create this method dot build. Okay, dot parse signed claims. Fine, we'll just write the JWT token. Okay, signed claims, the third part of the token, that is signature. Okay, and then dot get payload. Fine, now let me create this method get sign in key. So public secret key and get sign in key. Okay, return keys dot hmac, okay, and the secret key, this is the secret key, what will give dot get bytes. Okay, fine. Now we will generate the token. You can see in the authentication service when someone will log in, so we are generating the token for that user details and then returning back the token. Okay, so in the service public string generate token user details, okay, because user is implementing the user details. Return will create generate token method overloading, okay, and new hash map, okay, new hash map and user details. Okay, let's create this method public string generate token map string and object. Okay, this is the extra claims, okay, and user details, fine. Now return JWTS dot builder dot claims, okay, claims, okay, so let me pass the extra claims, fine. Then dot subject, so user details dot get username, okay, subject is the username, fine. Dot issued at, okay, issued at, okay, so issued at, that means new date and system dot current, okay, fine. Now expiration, so new date system dot current plus expiration, our expiration time, JWT expiration, okay, fine. Okay, dot sign with, so sign with get sign key and then dot compact, okay, done. Okay, so we'll give the JWT in the authentication service, okay, generate the token, fine. JWT we just import it and here is error gone. So here user will get the, at the time of login user will get the token and in response he will get the token username and roles, fine. Now few more method we need to create, those are public boolean is token valid, okay, you can see in the authentication filter is token valid, so we need to check. How to check? String token, okay, so JWT token, what we are passing token and user details, okay, so user details, okay, and then final string username equals extract username token, okay, then return user details dot get username dot equals username, okay, and is token expired, JWT token not, okay, we'll create this method. So you can see from the, this is the user details, okay, fine, and this is the username we fetched from the JWT token, okay, and this is the username we fetched from the user detail, so user detail dot get username equals this username what we fetch from the JWT token. If it is equal and the token is not expired, then it is valid. Okay, let me create this method also. So private, let me keep it as a private. Boolean is token expired. I am getting the JWT token, and we need to return extract expiration. Okay, we need to create this method also. Let me pass the JWT token dot before new date. Okay, so let me create private date extract expiration. Okay, and string JWT token which is returning the extract claim. Okay, JWT token and claims get expiration. Okay, so it is returning the date, and there we are passing is token expired here. Okay, so if the username fetched from JWT token, okay, and the username got from the user details are equal and is token is not expired, then token is valid. Okay, so let me save it. Then the error I'm getting, okay, here it is. Okay, fine, all error gone. Now the JWT part also done, only one thing remaining, no, two things. Let me first create the security also. Okay, like we need to create the security where we need to add and we need to create the beans. Okay, so class security config. Okay, and it should be in a different package. Let's keep the security. Okay, the last thing remaining. Fine, filter chain. Okay, so at first configuration. Okay, then enable web security. Okay, then enable method security. Okay, we are using the add pre-authorized method security. Fine. Now private JWT filter authentication filter JWT authentication filter, and let me auto wire it. Okay, fine. Public security filter chain. Okay, filter chain and http security http. Okay, done. Throws exception. Okay, http dot csrf. Okay, csrf, let's use a lambda operation. Csrf dot disable, then dot authorize http request. Okay, so auth dot request matchers. The first is API auth. Okay, done. Dot permit all. Okay, then dot request matchers and API admin. Okay, has role admin. Done. Then dot any request dot authenticated. Okay, fine. Then dot session management. Okay, so session dot session creation policy dot stateless. Okay, then dot authentication provider. Okay, so authentication provider will create a method. Okay, don't worry. Then dot add filter before, add filter before. So JWT authentication, JWT authentication filter. Okay, and then username password authentication filter dot class. Okay, and we need to return http dot build. Okay, so you can see first API auth. Okay, API auth controller. Okay, auth controller, API auth. That means anyone, permit all, anyone can register as a normal user and can log in. Okay, then API admin has role admin. Okay, rest all any request authenticated. Done. Then session creation policy is stateless. Okay, authentication provider will provide it and add filter before authentication, JWT authentication filter. Okay, done. Next, let's create this method authentication provider. Okay, so public authentication provider authentication provider. Okay, and DAO authentication provider and authentication provider equals new DAO authentication provider. Okay, now authentication provider dot set user details service, user details service. Okay, which is user detail service the method will create. Next, authentication provider dot set password encoder. Okay, so password encoder another method will create and return authentication provider. Okay, this is created. Next, let's create this method public user detail service and user detail service. This is okay, one line, return new custom user detail service. Okay, we have created this is, if you remember. Yes, then public password encoder, okay, this method. So return new bcrypt password encoder. Okay, and the last method, which is public authentication manager. Okay, and authentication manager. So authentication configuration. Okay, config, fine, and throws exception. Okay, return config dot get authentication manager. Now throws. Okay, now add bean. Okay, add bean okay, bean, else you will get a big error. Okay, our everything is done, only thing remaining is this application YML. Okay, so let's do this also, and the testing part. Everything is done. So let me delete it. Application properties I don't need. Let's code in the application file application.yml. Okay, fine. No repetition because that's why I'm using the YML. Okay, so Spring 2 space notation, 2 space data source, then URL JDBC MySQL localhost 3306 and here the database name. Let me create right now MySQL command line. Okay, oops, password, what I'm doing, MySQL, yeah, create database and movie booking application, movie booking app. Okay, fine, query. Okay, let me copy this and paste it. Okay, now username, root, password is okay, and driver class name, which is com.mysql.cj.jdbc.driver. Okay, done. Now JPA database platform, which is a dialect. Go to any Java file, Control Shift T, MySQL dialect. Okay, MySQL dialect. Okay, so mine is MySQL 8. So MySQL 8 dialect. Okay, just select the class name, copy qualified name. Okay, again come here, paste it. No need to think much. Then hibernate. Okay, DDL auto update update. Okay, and then show SQL. I want to see SQL query what hibernate is executing. Hibernate. Okay, fine. Now the JWT part. JWT secret. Okay, and expiration. Okay, so JWT dot secret. Where is our JWT service? Here. Okay, and the same thing for the expiration. At value dollar. Where is that? Expiration. JWT dot. So JWT dot expiration. Okay, so whatever value we'll give here, here in the secret or expiration, for example ABCD 12389 and at the rate hashtag dollar, it should be 32 characters long. Okay, secret key, else you will get error that your secret key is not secure, something like that. Okay, we'll try that also. And the expiration time, for example 360000. Okay, for 1 hour is the expiration. Okay, so in the milliseconds. Okay, so this value automatically got injected here. Okay, secret key, fine. You should not hard code, but fine. Okay, there are many ways you can generate the secret key. It should be random. Okay, random. Okay, fine. So this is application properties done. Only thing remaining is testing. Okay, so let me go to my, okay, so everything is done. User register movie. Okay, JWT service, show theater booking, and these are the fields. Fine. The only thing remaining is testing part. Let's test our application end to end. Okay, so now let me run my application. Okay, let's start the testing. And you can see in the secret field, I've written a default secret key. Okay, it should be 32 characters long and combination of uppercase, lowercase, special characters, numbers, and everything else. Okay, and this is the expiration time. Fine. Now first let me run my application. Pay attention here. Testing is most important part. Run as Java application. Okay. Fine. You can see my application is running. Okay. Okay. And yeah. See here the tables got created. Create table booking, movie, shows, theaters, and users. There are two extra table created, booking seat numbers and user underscore roles. In the user, in the role, on the role field, I told you whenever you add element collection, that means Spring will create a new table with user underscore roles. User underscore roles with the field as column as user ID and roles. Okay, user ID and roles. Similarly in the booking,
we've added at element collection, okay, on the seed numbers. Okay, the name we have already given. So create booking seat numbers. The columns are booking ID and seat numbers. Okay, it created a different table when you add at element collection. Done. Let me go to my database. So create table database. Okay, use database. So use movie booking app. Okay, now show tables. See here, these are the tables created. Okay, let me go to my postman. Okay, it's opening. Fine, let me create a blank collection by the name movie booking app. Okay, now let's add the request. So first let's create register normal user login and then admin user login. So register normal user. Okay, it should be the post mapping and localhost 8080 API auth, and what is that for the normal user? Auth controller register normal user is the API. Fine. Raw. Okay, now user name. Okay, because register DTO, username, email, password. So username is, for example, Mike. Okay, email mike@gmail.com. Okay, and password also Mike. Okay, send. Done. 200. Okay, and I got the user. You can see ID Mike Gmail. This is the encoded password. Okay, bcrypt encoder, roles, user, authority, user, and other fields. Done. Let's create another request. Login normal user, post mapping, and API auth login. In the login, user will pass the username password. So username, just now we have given Mike. I'm logging in now. Okay, and password also Mike. Send. See, when user login, I'm expecting login response DTO, which contain JWT username and roles. JWT username and roles. This is my JWT token. Using this token, the mic user can able to access the APIs. Done for the normal user. Okay, now for the admin user, I can't use this admin controller, this register admin user. Okay, this is for to register another admin. Suppose I am the first admin. Okay, so I have to register myself as an admin using the SQL script. Okay, once I register, suppose in future another admin will come. So using this API, I'll register him. Why? Because to access this API, I have to logged in as an admin. Someone has to logged in as an admin. Okay, this is not the public API. That's why. So let me register. I am the first admin. So let me register myself as a using SQL script. So select a star from users. Okay, syntax select. Yeah. So this is, I have the one user. Just now we have created, that is Mike. ID is 1, and select a star from user underscore roles. See, the role is user for the user ID 1. User ID 1. Okay. Now insert into users values. Okay. 2, and the email I'll keep it as @gmail.com. Okay, password, let me go to my browser, bcrypt.online. okay, bcrypt.online, just write your password here. It converted into the encoded password. Okay, come here, where, yeah, and paste it, and then the username is Yashendra only. Done, created. Now insert into user underscore roles values. So for the ID2, which is admin, the role should be role underscore admin and role underscore user. Select star from users. See, two user created. Select star from user roles. See, for the user ID 2, we have two roles, admin and user. Okay, now let me log in this admin user. Now once I log in, now I can use this API to create another admins. Got it? So add request login admin. Okay, post, same API will use, just the username password changes. So username should be, I have kept Yashendra, and password also. Okay, done. Send it. See, I got my JWT token, my admin token. For the login user, user token. If user wants to access the API which is only accessible to admin using this token, can't able to access. Okay, I'll show you. Next, user logged in, admin logged in. Next, let's create the movie, then shows, then theater, and then user will choose the movie, select the theater, select the show time, create booking. Okay, first add movie. So add movie. Okay, post mapping, localhost API. What is the API name for the movie? Movie controller. Okay, movies, add movie. Okay, movies, add movie, the body. Okay, add movie, movie DTO, name, Captain America. Okay, or Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame. Okay, next, description. So description is anything like A, B, C, D. Okay, any description. Then genre means categories. So I'll just write action. Okay, duration, okay, 3 hours. Fine. Release date, it is the local date. Okay, so 2022. Okay, 3. Then 04, 05. Okay, and 04. Done. And last is language, English. Done. Okay, now let me send 403 forbidden. Why? Because to access this API we need to add the token. Okay, what token? Add movie accessible to the admin, so admin token. If user can add the token and access this API, no. Auth type, bearer token. Here let me first add the normal user token. Okay, normal user token, paste it here. See, 403 forbidden. Okay, can't able to access. So because this is the admin API, so admin login, admin token, add movie, remove it, now send. See, added the movie. Okay, done. Yeah, done. Okay, let's add a show. First let's add the theater, because in the show we are displaying the theater information. So add request, add theater. Post mapping, to add the theater, it is API theater controller, theater controller, theater, add theater, add theater. Okay, body raw, to add theater, theater DTO. The first is theater name, theater name. So for example, XYZ cinemas. Okay, XYZ. Okay, then theater location. So Amphi Theater Parkway, California. It's a Googleplex. Okay, Google headquarters. Fine. Then theater capacity. So 100. It is integer, right? Then theater screen type. I don't know much about screen type, so I'll just write it as ABCD screen. Okay. Authorization. First with the authorization. No, can't access. Bearer token. Send. Already added the admin token here. So added the theater. You can see shows is null. Now let's add the show. You'll see a magic. Add show. Okay, it is also a post and API show controller, API show create show, API show create show, body raw show DTO. First is show time. Show time, it is the local date time. Okay, so 2023 09 10. Okay, and 11 T separator time. Okay, so 09 9 p.m. Okay, 9 a.m. Fine. Next, price. Show price. Price. Okay, so 4,000. Okay, 4,000. Movie ID. The movie we already created. Let me go to my database. Select a star from movie. See, movie created Avengers Endgame. The ID is 1. Let me give that only. And theater ID. Theater also will created. We have created. So select star from theaters. Okay. XYZ cinema ID is 1. Okay. Add the authorization bearer token. Already added the admin token. Send it. See, you can see one thing. You can see, noticed the infinite records are created. Why? Because it is running in the loop. Okay, so you need to, this is, I want to show you a problem. What you need to do is show was binded to the movie. Okay, and the theater. Fine. Here you need to ignore JSON ignore. Okay, and in the theater also show binded, so JSON ignore. Okay, now again go to the postman, again send it. See. Okay, and let me just copy this, the response, and let me paste it into an empty space, some empty space. Okay, here. This is the response I got. Show ID 2, show time we have selected, price is 4,000, and the movie ID. So movie ID we have given the 1. For the 1, this is the movie. Avengers Endgame, description, this is all. And theater ID is 1. For theater ID 1, this is the theater. Complete thing I got. Okay, so let me create 2 to 3 shows more. Okay, like for 9, for 13:10. Okay, and for 20:30. Okay, 3 shows for the movie. Okay, and theater is same. Let me go to my database. select a star from shows. Okay, just just ignore this one. Okay, so 2 2 3 4, fine, 3 shows. Okay, okay, done. Now show created theater. Now let's create the booking. Okay, so now let me create the booking. Add request, create booking. Okay, post mapping and theater. Okay, so create booking, post mapping, create booking, booking controller. Okay, create booking, API booking, create booking, body raw, booking DTO. So first, number of seats. I want to book 3 seats. Okay, then seat numbers. Okay, booking status, this all automatically got set. Seat numbers, so I have selected the seat numbers are F1 or A1. Okay, A2. Okay, and B1. Done. Next is show ID. Okay, so show ID, I have selected the show. So let me go to my database. So show, I have selected the 3. Okay, ID is 3. Okay, and the user ID, user ID, user ID. So the user ID I have selected, that is 1, Mike. Okay, done. Let me create the booking. Authorization, bearer token, no need for the admin. You can also, for the normal also can access this API. Okay, send it. See the booking created. ID is 1, number of seats 3, booking time, price is 12,000. Why price 12,000? For the 1 seat 4,000, so 3 seats 12,000. Booking status is pending. Okay, done. Seat numbers A1, A2, B1. User is 1, this is the user information. Okay, show, we have selected the show ID 3. So this is the show information, and for the 3 show ID, this is the theater and this is the movie. Okay, just see here. Let me copy this. Paste it here. See, in the booking, everything I got. Booking ID 1, number of seats 3, total price is 12,000, 3 seats, one seat 4,000. You can see. For this show you have selected 3. This show price is 4,000. You have selected 3 seats, so 4 into 3 12,000. Booking status is pending. Okay, payment not done, so pending. Seat numbers A1, A2, B1. User is 1, so this is the user details. Show selected, this show whose ID is 3, so this is the show information. For the show, this is the movie Avengers Endgame and this is the theater. Okay, done. So, and we'll also just confirm payment. So confirm booking, confirm ID. Okay, so let me select a star from booking. See here, this is the show ID 3, user ID 1, price 12,000, number of seats you want to book 3, booking time, this is, booking status is 2. Why 2? Because pending. Booking status, booking status, booking status pending 0, 1, 2. Okay, fine. Now let's do the payment. Let me execute this API, confirm. Okay, so add request. Okay, confirm booking,
localhost booking id 1 confirm put mapping. Okay, and what else? Okay, just id. Okay, we have passed, that is done. No need for this all, none, and send it. Oh, authorization, bearer token. So send it. See here, again infinite records created. Okay, you can see here the booking is confirmed, but we need to ignore the JSON. Okay, you can see select star from booking. Booking status is 0. Okay, booking status. Where is the entity? Booking status is 0. So where we have used the bookings, we have mapped in the show entity at JSON ignore. Okay, again let's create another booking. So where is the create booking? In the create booking I want C1, C2 and D1. Okay, okay, booking created. Let me go to my database, select star from booking. Booking created, it is in the pending state. You can see it is in the pending state. Now let me confirm it. So oh, I've created in this confirm booking. Okay, yeah, confirm booking. So I need to pass the ID. This is the booking ID I need to confirm 2. Okay, and now send it. See, it is confirmed but not infinite record created because we are ignoring the loop. Let me copy it and go there and show you. See here, now the booking is confirmed. Okay, because payment has done. Fine. In this booking controller here confirm, you can ask the payment. Okay, don't worry, I'll create the payment gateway next to next. Okay, in that you just we'll do one thing. We'll create a payment gateway, another application, and this is the one application. Using the microservice we will let them talk to each other. Okay, that is a good idea. Okay, let me go to my database, select star from booking. The status is 00. Confirmed. Okay, similarly now you can just hit and trial. You can use the try the cancel. Okay, get bookings, get user bookings, done, and everything. Okay, just the main thing I've shown you, create booking, and how you will proceed, how you will test the flow. Movie added, show added, theater added. Okay, then just in the DTO you'll just pass the IDs, create the bookings. Rest all is easy. Fine. So now our movie booking application is all done. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. From the next video I'm getting lot of requests regarding the JUnit Mockito. Okay, so I'm gonna create the JUnit part plus projects. We are projects is continuing, and our Spring Boot framework series. Okay, so in that we have completed the relationship up to relationship. Next is derived queries. What are the type of queries you can write? Okay, in what ways? For example, yeah, repository. So first is in this way, derive method queries. Fine. We can also use the query here, SQL query. Okay, then JQL. Okay, JPQL or JQL. Fine, using the JPA, it's a JPA query language, JQL. Okay, we can also write on the class level here, the query here. Okay, there are many ways you can just connect to the database, not just using this simple derived queries. Write your SQL query. Okay, how to write, and that will just continue. So that is the Spring series. This is the project series. The third is I'll include the JUnit part in this also. Okay, so complete thing, we are going to learn a lot of thing in coming 20 to 30 days, and with projects, with the real world projects. The next is payment gateway or complete JWT part, JWT authentication full in one video, one shot. Then Okta,
95 companies are using Okta. Okay, that is the most important. If you know the Okta, you will be in the company. Okay, the third is OAuth sign in. Okay, OData, OAuth sign in, Google sign in, Facebook, GitHub, LinkedIn. Okay, and I'm going to just comment me, I'm going to include the Angular or React. Angular is my expertise, plus Python. React also I am just quite good in React. Okay, I have created many projects. Fine, so Angular, done. So this is what about this video. I hope you enjoyed the video the most. Okay, and if you enjoyed the video, then please subscribe my channel, and thank you.